time once again for Captain Howie's cabin checks. Here they are, coming to you live from another secret location. I had to discover a new place to hide because it was obvious that my last place was obvious, and most of you guessed the right place. Pine tree. You guys are starting to have some stuff creep up from out from underneath the bed, so you may want to take a look underneath the bed. You left me a note and asked me if you were the cleanest cabin of all the boys, and the answer to that is no. No, you're not. So, good try though, pine tree. Keep it up. Pine cone. You did the same. You were pretty good, about like yesterday, and you left a note. It's a very nice note here from Pine Cone Cabin. It says, "We love you, Captain Howie." And then it said, "P.S. You'd have to be stupid to not know that you were under a canoe in the river." Well, kudos to you, Pine Cone. And then a shallow forest. You guys did clean your room, looked good. The smell is starting to creep back in there, so you may want to crack a window. And you also left a note in shallow forest that says you were in the pond under a canoe. So maybe Pine Cone is right. I don't know. But moving on to deep forest. Deep forest smelled like banana bug spray, and I haven't quite decided if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it did smell like banana bug spray. And you had some notes in there. It said, "Dear Cabin Inspector, we think you were in the river under canoe. Hope you're..." No, sorry, that's from Hill. It said this: "We think you were under upside down canoe in the river." Under an upside down, and they scratched off the and. Under an upside down canoe in the river. Topless. You. Hopefully you had shoes on. I did have shoes on. And then they asked a question: "Will you buy some Skittles for Joe Johnson?" And no, I'm not going to buy Joe Johnson anything. He has done nothing to deserve me buying him anything. And so there, take that, Joe Johnson, Deep Forest. Let's see here. Yeah, we did that. River's Edge. I found the source of the smell in River's Edge. The cabin was clean, and I did a little more investigation, and the smell is actually coming from the Harry Potter poster that's up on the wall in there. And so I'm pretty sure if we take that down, then that'll rectify the smell and everything will be great, grand, and glorious in the cabin of River's Edge. River's Front, you guys had a couple shoes outside, but it wasn't too bad. You might want to pick those up. And you lined up your shoes on the inside in the shape of a cross, which leads me to ask the question, what did you have on your feet for the rest of the day? But anyway, original, you guys were clean, looked nice. Original porch, they did a good job. They cleaned up their cabin, and they left me 1,000 little notes that were really annoying, and it's taken me most of the day to read through all of them. They're questions. I'll read a couple of them. It says, "So you won't buy Joe Johnson something from the camp store. Will you buy Stephanie something?" And first of all, when you ask a question, there's this little thing called a question mark that goes at the end of it. And so since this isn't written in a question, I guess I should probably read it like it's not a question. "So you won't buy Joe Johnson something from the camp store. Will you buy Stephanie something?" No. "When was the last time you cleaned your room?" I don't have a room. That's easy. "When was the last shower? How long was it?" The last shower was yesterday, and I'm not sure. I didn't really keep track or notice, but the tub is probably like 4 feet long. So and it was a bathtub shower thing. So I'm not real sure. If you need me to, I can go measure that for you and get back with you. And then in Hilltop was a mess. Somebody died in there. There was blood and guts and nastiness all over inside the cabin, and it said that it was JD in the office, I think, with a pocket knife maybe. But anyway, at least your stuff was put away, so I guess we'll give you kudos on that. And but I like your themes. You're very original. hill cabin. It was clean, and they had a sunshine theme in there, and so the shoes were in the shape of a sunshine in hill cabin. And so most of you got it right. By the way, I do like potatoes, and I do not have an iPod, but if you would like to give me one, that would be awesome, because I probably should have one. So if you give me an iPod, that would be awesome. And I was in the river under a canoe. Good job, most of you got that right. I also got some quick cool pictures drawn and stuff. And so, Riverfront left me a question. They said, would you rather eat 800 snails or throw up a broken light bulb? And I think Heidi Willard is the counselor in there, and probably every time I see Heidi Willard, I want to throw up 800 snails and a broken light bulb. And so you can just take that, Heidi Willard. Blah! All over. All right. What else do we got here? Roses are red, violets are blue. We found out where you're at because we're cool. Yeah, whatever. You think you're cool, River's front, but you're not. You're not cool at all. So that's about it. Who's my favorite counselor? That's a good question. My favorite counselor? I don't know. It'd probably have to be, no, well maybe, I don't know. I know it's not Joe Johnson, even though he thinks it is. It's not. I think my favorite counselor would probably have to be Trisha, because she's cool and clean. And I like clean, cool people. So I'd say Trisha. All right, well, good job on your cabins, mostly, except for a few things. But other than that, you did pretty good. And see if you can figure out this secret location.